All right. Thank you for getting on. So tonight, this is our Setup for Success call. A little bit about what we're going to be talking about is basically helping get you some additional information to support you on your journey with us, because we want you to have success. You obviously want to have success as well, or you wouldn't be here. You aren't making an investment to fail. And we aren't investing our time into supporting you because we want you to fail either. Obviously, we want you to be as successful as you want to be. So that's why we have these calls, to bring you here and to give you some kind of tips, tricks, ideas, all of that to have the best success. So my numero uno thing here, and this is all things in life, is consistency. Okay, we have to be consistent if we want to make a change, and we have to be consistent if we want results. It's kind of like that idea of, you can't go to the gym once and think you're going to have a six pack. You can't take your products once and think you're gonna have a six pack. Say, like, even every week, you can't go to the gym once a week and think you're gonna have a six pack. So consistency with the products is very important. And it's not just consistency with one of them, it's consistency with your whole regimen. And here's the kind of with the regimen idea is, you got started with a certain regimen. However, we do our best to make the best recommendation. We're not God. We don't know what's going to be best. We don't know what kind of results are going to come from whatever you're using. So sometimes there's some trial and error. And so it's not just consistency, but it's also time. You know, you have to go to the gym regularly to see the results. And you also have to give it time so you can see the results. It's also, if you think about how long it got you where you're sitting now, you're here because for some reason, something in your health, in your life, is not where you want it to be. For me, when I started 7.5 years ago, I was horrifically sick from my autoimmune disorder, but it wasn't just symptoms specifically from my digestion autoimmune disorder. It was all of the things where I couldn't sleep. I stared at the TV all day long because I was so exhausted. I had anxiety attacks thinking about leaving the house. I was depressed. I was miserable. I wasn't making any money. I felt like crap. And so I knew to not feel like crap, because I had felt like crap for most of my life, I was going to have to take my products regularly, give it time, and maybe adjust along the way. Okay. So we want you to have an open mind as you're going through this as well, of like, these products might be a home run, but maybe we need to take more of them. Maybe we need to take less of them. Maybe we need to take a whole different thing to get the results in the long run. Okay. And over my 7.5 years, I have taken some products and not taken some, and had taken more of certain things and taken less of certain things, and all along the way to get different results along the way too. Okay. And that's like, if you go to the doctor and you get a medication, sometimes they make you take more of it. Sometimes they make you less. Sometimes they switch your medication, right? It's the same kind of idea. So a little on that. And then also, this is clearly not the miracle drug, because if it was, we would be trillionaires over here. So I kind of wish it was, because that would be fun. So we, you have to do other things. Like, you can't just think you're going to take, well, this is water, but you're not just going to drink your water and everything's going to change, right? So we want you to use all the tools in your tool shed to have best results possible. And this doesn't mean that overnight you have to eat Whole30, run a marathon every day, sleep for 10 hours, do yoga and meditate. Like, we're not expecting you to go from 0 to 100 overnight. So we baby step this. Okay. What is the first actionable step that you can take to improve your health today? Like, you're taking your products, great. Let's figure out a routine and be consistent with it. But also, like, how much water are you drinking? Are you drinking like 16 ounces a day? That's not going to be enough. So our goal, the idea, kind of a good goal for you, is half your body weight in ounces. So you weigh 150 pounds. That would be 75 ounces of water a day. Okay. So a simple, like, do we need to drink more water? That's going to help improve your health. If you're dehydrated, which like 75% of Americans are dehydrated, clinically dehydrated, that is going to help you feel better right there alone. So drinking your water, simple, easy thing. What other things do we want to do? We want to make sure we're getting enough sleep. If you're like me and you're dealing with insomnia, hopefully these products help you like they helped me, because no matter what I did, I tried to sleep at least 8 hours a night. But with the insomnia, I was like, I got maybe 5. I don't know. You know, the whole like, have you guys seen Elf? Where he's like, how'd you sleep? Great. I got a whole full 40 minutes. Yeah, that used to be my life, no matter what I did. Now I sleep amazing. I slept 10 hours the other night and it was glorious. I loved it. So getting enough sleep. If you have not got set up with Pivotal yet, shoot me a message or shoot the person who helped you get started a message and say, I need to get set up for Pivotal. You'll need to download the app. It's called Plexus Go. And in there is, there's a lot of really great information, product information, testimonials, but that also has our coaching platform on it, which is Pivotal. And it has recipes and movement. So the recipes, you get 4 recipes a week. I love them because they're simple, they're yummy, and they're healthy. Okay. So they're meant to be like 20, maybe 30 minutes to make them. It's pretty simple ingredients. It comes with a grocery shopping list too. So if you just take your shopping list, you can buy all the things you need to make all 4 of the recipes. There's gluten-free options on there and vegan options as well. So for someone like me who's gluten-free, I super love that. And then there's the movement piece. So the movement I love as well because it is so simple. So you'll get 3 different movement pieces a week. And those movement pieces are meant to be 15 to 20 minutes. We can all carve out 15 to 20 minutes in a day, no matter how busy you are. We all have 15 to 20 minutes. It is a priority thing. You make time for what you think is important. If you think your movement is important, you'll make time for it. So 15 to 20 minutes, it's all body weight. You don't need any equipment. Hey, Amanda, welcome back. You don't need any equipment. All you need is your computer or your phone, and it has the workouts on there for you. It's so stinking simple. Everything is modifiable as well. So we can make it work for your body. So you have access to that for an entire year with that first order you placed. Okay. Use the tools that we give you to your advantage. Okay. So those are kind of a little bit about like the tools. So we need to take our supplements, we need to move our body, we need to eat healthy, we need to sleep, we need to drink our water. Those are kind of the top 5 things when it comes to supporting your health that you can focus on. And we basically help give you all of those tools. Like the water, you got to mix your pink drink in something, right? So that alone helps increase your water intake. So those are a few things. One of the next things I want to talk about, we were talking about consistency. It's consistency with all of those and slowly work at getting better at them. Okay. See where you're at now. And then how can we improve on those various different steps? We'll talk more about that in a sec. The next thing is communication. We can't help you if we don't know what's going on. Okay, so right before most of you got on, I was just talking with Amanda about one of her girls who has been dealing with some constipation issues. Okay, she's normally constipated. So knowing that gives us more of an insight of how to help her with what dosage for her products to be on. If we did not know that piece, it'd be hard to tell her what to take. Okay, so knowing, the more we know, the better. And if there's ever a point where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, this is what's happening, just reach out, talk with us. We want to support you. Sometimes, like I was talking about, we need to tweak products, we need to tweak dosage, all of that kind of stuff. But we also want to help you. Like I said at the beginning, we want you to have success. And without knowing how you're doing, without that communication piece, we can't help you have success. Okay. So you're not gonna, I am very much like you're not gonna bug me. However much you need me to help you, I'm here for you. This is my job for a reason. And that's why we're here to support you. So make sure you're in communication. And then accountability is the next big thing. All things in life, you have some support system, you have the accountability. So I worked as a personal trainer. That was my career before I became full-time Plexus. As a personal trainer, my job essentially was to be my client's accountability buddy. They paid me ridiculous. I'm going to be straight. I got paid. I know they paid me ridiculous amounts of money to be their accountability buddy because they straight up knew they weren't going to show up in the gym. They weren't going to do the things if I wasn't there and if they weren't paying me to be there. Okay. So they had more success because you invested in your products, and they had me holding their feet to the fire. So in this space, we are here to support you, but we've been doing this longer. We've gone all through all the things. We want someone to walk hand in hand with you while you're going through it because of the success rate that you'll have. Having one person get started with you increases your success 60%. That's a pretty damn good stat. So I always want to encourage people as they're getting started to bring their bestie, their mom, their sister, their spouse. The spouse is a really popular one. I highly recommend. Amanda will tell you she brought her husband on board like real fast. I did too. The spouses are like the first one. We can't hear you, Amanda.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Now I can. Okay, now I can hear you.
It's been amazing. One, we keep each other on track, but he had serious and just like gallbladder problems, everything and this completely helped us. And honestly, it helped his anxiety because he was a nutcase for a minute. He really needed some help, but we're getting through it. But I thank God because it's been nice to have each other. Like when you're not feeling good and somebody just walks out and makes you a drink and they're like, here you go. So that is true.
Yeah, and that's how Tyler basically started. I just started mixing up drinks, handing him capsules, and my husband doesn't really have health issues, quote unquote. However, he was chronically exhausted, taking a nap almost every day. And let's be real, when you're I get that exhaustion level because I've lived it so much of my life. But it's really hard when you're the mom and you're on 24/7 and your husband comes home and all of a sudden he's sleeping for 2 hours. I'm like, some help would be great over here. And also, it's really hard to have a relationship with someone when they're either working or sleeping. That was kind of his life. And I was like, I actually want to hang out with you. I want to spend time with you, but I can't.
Or in the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bathroom.
Yeah. Reading the book.
TikTok reels, watching videos,
Yeah. Playing poker games. That's my husband. So we want you to find that person that is going to help hold your feet to the fire, help you have the success that you need. And I'm going to challenge you all to one up that, because one is great. 60% is awesome, but I have the biggest key to almost 100% success. And that's you bringing 3 buddies with you, because when you have 3 buddies, they're going to be your accountability buddies. You're going to stay consistent because you're doing it together. It's all of the things. You're going to work on all of the things together. You're going to communicate with each other, and you have a 90% success rate. To me, 90% is that's an A, right? If we're in school, that's an A. I like to be the smart kid in the class and get the A's. I want to be the star student. It's almost 100%, really, if you look at it. So if you're I want 100% success at losing the weight, at having the energy, at sleeping, at being able to go to the bathroom regularly and normally, to not getting sick all the time. If that's you, let's go get you 3 peeps. Because yes, please sign me up. On top of that, we have a referral program. So you would have 3 referrals is what we call them. You would end up with over $300 back in your pocket. And that can pay for your gas because that's astronomical. Also, I just saw yesterday, eggs are going up again. They were like $3 more than they were the other day. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but eggs are apparently expensive again. And life is just getting expensive. If you didn't have to worry about the cost of your products, or if you need to buy gas, or if you need to buy food to put on your table, whatever it looks like, you'll have extra money to be able to do that. We want you to have that for the success part. Okay. So I want to make this interactive real quick. Who is going to be your first buddy? You can either unmute yourself. If you're on the phone, you can unmute yourself and say who you want your buddy to be, or you can drop it in the chat. Alyssa, you should be able to see the chat. Okay, so I'll tell you as you guys are trying to figure this out. If anybody needs help, I got you. I don't know if I can do that. So my very first one was my husband. I kind of made him, and he's really happy I did. My second one was my best friend who has severe mental health struggles, like all the bipolar, ADHD, OCD, anxiety, depression, all of the things. Radically changed her life, started getting her off meds for the first time ever. My mama, my sweet mama. And then I had 4 at the beginning. My fourth one was one of my clients that wanted to feel better, wanted to lose weight, and was like, hey, this stuff is awesome. I need it. So that's kind of how I started. I wanted to have the best results. I wanted to have the best success. And these 4 people were sitting right there in front of me. And I knew that that's who I wanted to bring in with me. You guys are super interactive. Okay. So keep thinking if you need the help. One thing I want you to do tonight, Amanda, who's her husband. Yeah. I want you to take measurements either tonight or tomorrow morning. And when I talk about measurements, coworker, sister-in-law, here is Amanda. She's blowing it up. I don't care how much you weigh. I honestly would prefer if you never weighed yourself again. When I say I want you to take measurements, I want you to do, if we're looking for a weight loss, I'm like inches lost. That's what I care about. So it's more like, what size are your jeans? And I'm not talking small, medium, large. I'm talking like 26-inch waist, 30-inch waist, those kinds of things. That's where I want to know circumference. So I can either send it to you if you need it, or you can look it up on the internet. There are circumference ways to measure your circumference. You just type in circumference measurements into Google and you will get all you need. You'll get a graphic that shows you how to do it. You have 2 options. If you have a sewing tape measure, if you know what I'm talking about, if you have one, they're very flexible. You can use those to measure around, or you can take a string, wrap it around, and then take a regular tape measure and measure the string. Regular tape measure does not bend in a way that's going to help you with measurements. So I want you to do that at a minimum of your waist, which I'm going to show you. Your waist is the smallest part of you. So it's going to be right around here. That you have to see it this way. So this is the smallest part of you. And then your hips, I'm going to tilt. Your hips are going to be the largest part of your hips. So it's going to be the booty, right? Basically like right in the middle of your booty, around to your hips. So those are the 2 measurements I want to make sure you're doing. And then I also want you to do a before picture. I want a before picture of your face, like a selfie. I call mine my mug shot. And then also, like a whole body. And it doesn't need to be like, when I say a before picture, people are like, oh, I don't want anyone to see it. It's for you, first of all. And no, you do not need to be in like a bikini or like half naked or anything like it. Some kind of fitted clothing would be smart if you want to do it that way, because we want to see how your body changes over the next handful of months. That is something that's really important. You want to see it. I actually just had one of my girls do this, a before and after. She has a story similar to mine where she was extremely underweight. She barely weighed 100 pounds, horrifically skinny. And in like 4 months, she was able to put about 12 pounds on in 4 months and was able to get pregnant. And she's expecting a baby January, February. So that was life changing. So I had her take her before of super itty bitty skinny, and she is so, so, so skinny, to what she looked like a couple months ago. And it is like jaw dropping, to be honest with you. So her before and after is going to look very different from a lot of people, but that's okay, because the beauty in what we do is we help everyone where they're at. I have plenty of before and afters like Amanda, where she's lost 50 pounds. Her before and after looks completely different. And so it's very much about like where your journey is going to be at. I love the selfies because that personally is my transformation picture. If you haven't seen mine, I have a real great mugshot. Like I look miserable, so much inflammation in my face, cystic breakouts everywhere, to like inflammation gone, clear skin. Like that's where my transformation has been the most. And I see it day in and day out. The face, the change in your face, like glow up. Who wants to be prettier? Yes, please. Okay, so before and afters is kind of where we want you to see where we're going with that. Look at that stash.
That's just my vital biome.
Smart. Okay, one last thing I want you to do, one last piece of homework. Okay, I want you to sit for just a few minutes and journal about where you're sitting at right now. And when I say that, I want you to write down all the things. I want you to write down that you have a creaking knee, that you have post-nasal drip, that your eye twitches weird when you wake up in the morning. I'm thinking of like dumb little things. Like I want you to write about those, but I want you to write about the big things too, of like, I spend 8 hours a day staring at the TV, absolutely miserable. All I think about is sugar and chocolate. There has to be sugar with every single meal that I eat. I can't fall asleep. It's a minimum of an hour of tossing and turning. I get out of bed and I feel like an 80-year-old woman. My back hurts. My knees hurt. Everything feels miserable. My skin is a wreck. I look in the mirror and want to cry because I'm not happy with who I am. I'm not confident. Most of the days I have to run to the bathroom if I don't want to have a very embarrassing experience or not. Like I am legit telling you what my life used to look like 7.5 years ago right now. That's the stuff I would have written down. And I want you to write it down, because if you don't, you're not going to remember how bad it was in 3 months. You're going to be like, oh, I don't have that post-nasal drip anymore. My knee doesn't creak anymore. You'll be astonished at the changes that you experience, because we want to revisit that list and we're going to rewrite the list of like, these are the things that I have going on now that I want to go away. And these are the things that have gone away. And this is how I feel. If you don't journal it, how are we going to know? Okay. Amanda, do you want to add anything?
I think you kind of hit all the points. I had to jump off for a minute, so I'm sure you went over the Plexus Go and Pivotal and all that.
I told them to download it, and if they had issues, we got them.
Okay, because don't get frustrated, because it's easily to get frustrated with the Pivotal and the new Go app. So we are all learning together. So everything's fine.
It is new. And so that's why if you have any issues, just let us know and we'll help you work through it. So yeah.
Anyone, have you gotten your subscription this month? Did you get the new water bottle they sent out?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither. I just opened both my Enticement subscriptions and I didn't get the new water bottle.
Did you get the twin pack of Snickerdoodle?
No, they were sending out a breast cancer awareness one this month.
Oh, I don't know what the rules were on that.
I haven't bumped up my subscription.
To be honest, there was some kind of, you had to order something.
No. Oh, okay. Well,
I don't remember what they were.
I was thinking, no, if you hit the Pivotal and you hit the Plexus Go app while I was gone, that was it. No, other than that, we are here to help. we already know, everybody that's on that follow my journey knows how much it's helped me. For the people that don't, I started a year ago and I lost like 50 pounds, over a foot of off waist, like completely. So I've gone from like a size 20 to a 14. And I can actually fit in Rock Revival jeans. That was pretty exciting for a minute. I had to try those on, of course. Didn't buy them, but I tried them on. So, but other than that, I've been able to kick my anxiety and antidepressant medicine from being on it for years. I take Vital Biome to help with my stress and my anxiety because that doesn't go away just because you get your gut health right. It does get lesser and easier for some, but I live on Vital Biome. It's an amazing product. But other than that, no, it's been huge in my life. It's been huge in my family's life. My son's on the products for the kids, which are huge for him because he has severe ADHD and anxiety himself. So he takes some of the products and it helps with his gut and his anxiety. Tyson, we already know it's been helping. And I have a coworker that has been on it for, I would say, solid 9 months. She started in December, but she's been on it like good 8, 9 months. And her eczema has completely cleared up on her elbows. She used to have the really bad bumps and rashes that would like welt up over her elbow and create like the scabs. And it's completely cleared up, which she never thought she'd see the end of that. So that is her big testimony that she doesn't share because she's not a sharer, but she gave me permission to start using her story, but not her name or anything. So she's doing amazing and it's cleared up on her legs and she feels the energy to be able to go on things. She just came back from a 7-day Alaska cruise and she's like, if I wouldn't have had my supplements, it would have been crazy because I was eating all those different foods. And so I just know that it helps a lot of people but sticking with it, but we're all here to help you guys. So basically that's it. It's changed my life and I'm here to help.
I love it. Thank you, friend. All right. Does anyone, real quick, does anyone have any questions?